Why don't Australians buy small cars anymore? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Cars like the Ford Focus, Toyota Echo, Hyundai i20, all of those used to be really popular. And I'm recording this video in a car that's also quite small, the new Hyundai Insta Electric.
Please contribute. It really helps my independent, honest journalism.
I think there are three main reasons why Australians don't buy small cars as much anymore, anywhere near as much as they used to. The first one is because if they're switching to electric, there are hardly any options. And they're all, let's be realistic, they're all too expensive. Fiat 500e, too expensive. Mini Cooper electric, too expensive. Hyundai Insta, too expensive. Compared to other cars that you can get for similar or less money, you can get a lot more range, you can get more space, and yeah, it just makes a lot more logical sense both on the terms of cost of living and practicality for a lot of people to get those cars instead, even though they are larger, maybe half a meter longer or more than small cars like this Insta, which fit into parking anywhere. The second reason that a lot more people aren't buying small cars in Australia is because SUVs and other larger cars have a higher riding stance, and smaller people or medium-sized, average-sized people find it easier to get a good point of view of traffic from them. Personally, I'm quite tall. It doesn't make a difference for me, but I understand it's easier for people with a higher vantage point SUV to get a view of traffic, especially when you're surrounded by really large cars and giant monster truck utes. Also, the higher stance of some cars is easier for people to get in and out of if they have hip issues or other mobility issues with their back. The third issue, the biggest issue, is that car company marketing teams in Australia realized they could make a truckload more money by selling SUVs and dual cab utes. So they marketed those a lot more heavily. And they spent a ton of money convincing people that everyone, even if you only were one person family or two people family, needed a big SUV, needed a dual cab ute, that every single person needed to carry huge amounts in their tray and tow thousands of kilos of trailer and conquer nature like every second of the day, even though realistically a lot of utes and giant SUVs don't make it off the tarmac. About the most challenging slope they would do is up a ramp going up in a shopping mall. So you can't blame them. The car marketing teams are making more money for their companies by selling cars that don't actually cost a ton more to manufacture than a small car, but they have a great big profit margin. That's why we don't see a lot of small cars on the market anymore. And with electric cars, the cost of the battery until now, it's falling, but it's still a large proportion of the car. So it makes more sense to sell a medium-sized electric car like an MG4 than it does to sell a really small-sized electric car. Because you just can't fit that huge a battery in there. Which reminds me of something. A lot of Australians complain that it's hard to find parking these days. Well, there's one reason that's really obvious for that. Our cars are a lot bigger. They're not only longer, but they're fatter. So 4 Hyundai Instas, which is what I'm driving in now, take up the same amount of space parked in a line as 3 Tesla Model Ys, to give a common, very popular electric car as an example. So if you multiply that out over lots of streets across the whole country, no wonder there's less parking. People have caused a problem for themselves. If they all buy, most of them, bigger cars than they actually need, especially for their second cars, a lot of people are buying second cars that are vastly bigger than they need. Yeah, there's going to be less parking space available. What a shock. Bigger cars take up more space.
Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos. It really helps me make more videos like this for you. And have a look at the suggested videos up above. I'm pretty sure you'll like those as well. Thanks, and see you later.